Hi, and welcome to Random Rogers Big Picture for the week of June 24th. Just a couple of quick things on the docket this week. One, a little bit about the market, and then two, a little bit about blogging. Well, first about the market. One thing that I've kind of been writing about and trying to brace for has been more volatility in the market, and I think we're starting to see that happen. This business, it appears to have started with the 10-year bond going, really into a whole new type of range relative to the last couple of years. And the dollar today really got pounded against a couple. The Norwegian kroner, it's down to 5.92. The Kiwi is up over well over 76 cents. Looks like the British pound is getting close to punching through $2 again, on and on and on. So there's a fair bit of repricing going on in certain asset classes, and this is spilling over into volatility for stocks. You don't need me to tell you stocks are more volatile, but in trying to write about this over the last few weeks or however long it's been, the goal really, not only for myself or whatever clients might visit the blog, and also you if you're managing your own portfolio, is to really look out ahead and see that, boy, not a whole lot going on, what might be going on in the future. If you are a reader of Adam Warner's website, Daily Option Report, he's been going on about VIX for forever. When it was down around 10, he really focused on that, and I think laid the groundwork for trying to understand why it'll eventually go up. It closed on Friday with a 15 handle. It was up about 10%, which is substantial. It's going to move around a lot. It seems like pricing for everything is going to move around a lot. And one thing I touched on during the week, this probably creates a temptation to trade more. Hopefully you don't do that. You don't trade more than what's normal. Just whatever your thing is for being defensive, that's what you stick with, not because market conditions seem to have changed a little bit. I would expect that volatility is going to perhaps even increase from here. Maybe we see the VIX challenge the upper teens, and we see more of these 1% days or 120 basis point days in stocks. And that's something to think about now in case it does get worse. I mean, it's just basic planning for the future. It's a short-term plan, obviously, for what might come. And if you're a little uncomfortable, maybe it makes sense to add a fixed income thing that pays a good yield, or a currency thing that pays a good yield. Something like that might help offset a little bit of the volatility in your stock portfolio, or maybe sprinkle in a little double short fund if you are uncomfortable. And it's not for me to say whether you should be uncomfortable or not. It's just, if you are, you can make one or two little trades so you're not creating upheaval and possibly making the ride a little bit smoother. And that tends to be important to people right when things are hitting the fan. They don't think about it when the market's going up like that, but they do start to think about it when things get kind of nasty, like maybe they're doing now. Don't know if they are, but it's possible, right? The other thing, blogging, it looked like a couple of bloggers kind of hung it up this week. Their metaphorical pens ran out of ink, so to speak. That was a good one. Blogging is, when I remember when I first started blogging, someone who doesn't blog anymore said something to me about how difficult it is to continually come up with things. And in the almost 3 years now, it'll be 3 years in September, in the almost 3 years that I've been doing this, at times it's been hard to come up with stuff and at times it hasn't. But I'm nowhere near burnt out yet. I imagine at some point I probably will be. Anything that you spend a lot of time doing, you have the potential to be burnt out. Not terribly worried about it, but we may see, some of the longer standing blogs kind of take a little bit of a break. It's only natural. I guess the thing I would say, if a blog you like disappears, maybe send them an email and try to encourage them to come back after they've taken a couple of weeks away. It's a pretty addictive habit once you get started, once you get into it, once you've got a body of work behind you. But the notion of taking a break for a few weeks or whatever, that seems to make some sense, doesn't it? All right, that's about it. Have a great weekend.